Conlickson calling line. Chip it, roll it, maybe get your twos. Chip it. Oh, there you go. Roll it over. Got it. Oh, he's got it for two.
Curling now enters the Sports Weekend spotlight.
Hi again, curling fans. Hello to you, Colleen. Listen, we're just easing into the new season. How about some incredible shooting there? That split for two by Carruthers. And of course, the Jennifer Jones win. A check for $50,000, Call.
Looks good, doesn't it? And Rita Rama back skipping, looking so strong. Happy to see those highlights. I have to tell you, we've got that little Fiona leftover, so nobody had power and could watch that show through most of Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, and PEI. So I enjoyed seeing those highlights for the first time.
You have been busy. I hope you and everyone out there in the Atlantic provinces are taking care, Colleen.
Well, our hearts to Glace Bay and Port aux Basques and just about all of Prince Edward Island and Cape Breton, North Shore of Nova Scotia. Cleanup's going to take a very long time.
You've been busy. Hello to the curling fans tuning in. Wherever you're tuning in, let us know where you're watching that curling show from tonight. I'm in our studio downtown Toronto. Colleen, you're back home in Halifax.
I'm back home in Halifax.
For a night, because guess what?
I know. Tomorrow I fly. I've got, what time's our game? Do you know? Like 3 o'clock, and they were flying tomorrow. Here's hoping, flights are running smoothly, right?
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, I'm going to the mixed bun spiel.
And guess what? It's the Super
lineup.
Series. Look at it. You can watch it on cbcsports.ca. This is Saturday's lineup. Take a look at some of these matchups. We have a jam-packed show today. We're going to have Bruce Mouat, of course, on the show tonight. Jen Dodds against Einarson and Jacobs. What a matchup. And hold on there. Jones and Saunders. Colleen? Is that you?
That's me. Yeah. Pinch hitting. I'm like super spare. That's what I am.
You're here, there.
Luke and I are going, and we have John Epping and Lisa Wiggles Saturday morning. Lisa said, "Hey, I can come on the show and start trash talking," and I said, "I don't think I need any trash talking from you, Lisa."
Well, speaking of Lisa.
Friends.
Speaking of Lisa, I don't know if you saw it, but I believe Lisa is going to be coaching some of the wheelchair curling. There's Kalinda and Lisa out there. I think they were on the field at the Red Blacks game and on the ice. And of course, we should make mention today, Canada's wheelchair curling team announced for upcoming World Championships and mixed doubles wheelchair curling championships. Let's go through them. That's Jamie Anciu, Gil Dash, of course, Ina Forrest, Mark Idison, and there's Kalinda, Dennis, John, and Marie. What a team. Congratulations to all of them. What a wheelchair curling program in this country, Colleen. And they'll get ready for mixed doubles worlds and wheelchair mixed doubles in the Paralympics for the first time in 2020.
Fingers are crossed, and so are arms and legs. That the national championships for wheelchair curling is back on this year, because that actually has been tough in the curling clubs that have programs and are trying to build it. That gets sort of a bit frustrating for them. So hopefully this year, maybe it'll be normal. Who knows?
Who knows? Wait and see. We're going to get to some of the young stars of the game who have teamed up with Jennifer Jones. Didn't they look good? We're going to get to that in a second. But if we can do this, Colleen, before we were on the air.
Yes. What happened? What are you laughing at? Oh,
Well,
no.
you were showing some of your prize.
Oh, you want me to just show and
possessions.
tell? Okay. I used to have so much more, but I started giving it away to people who said, hey, I want that. Okay, this is like back in the day when the Briar was sponsored by McDonald Tobaccos. Do you see there's the little lassie? And they had a Briar tobacco. Okay, that's all I got for you. Show
No,
and
there's.
tell.
Come on, you've got one more.
Oh, okay, I do have one more. Okay, now that you mention it. Okay, how is that for a candy dish? Like, look at that
Wow.
hand-blown crystal. They're not doing it anymore because, sadly, during COVID, you could.
What? Right.
You couldn't blow anymore. You couldn't because you shared a blower.
Right.
But that, I hope it comes back. Anyhow, that's.
I was not expecting that.
Neither was I, but you wanted show and tell. And then I've got my favorite. This is my favorite. Okay, and that's all I'm showing you because we got a big show and we're sticking to time because guess what? After this, I've got to go practice.
You have a flight in the morning. Let's get right to it.
I got to go to the curling club.
Oh, you're practicing tonight. Practice makes perfect.
No.
Let's get right to it. What a win by Team Jennifer Jones. We talked to Jen last week going into the event. You could see the fire. You were there. You could feel Jen's energy. She's revitalized, born again Jennifer Jones because of this young team. And we're going to bring Karlee Burgess and Mackenzie Zacharias into the house. There they are. Hello to both of you. And Carol's in the background making an appearance as well, Colleen. Congratulations, Mac and Karlee. What was that like to win this first major event and a check for $50,000?
Yeah, it was super cool. It's definitely a unique event, but yeah, we got better each game, and then winning that final was pretty exciting. And it was awesome. Yeah,
it was probably our biggest win in women's play, so that was also really exciting.
So amazing. What's Jennifer bringing to the table and teaching you two?
The biggest thing for me is for Jen, Jen just loves the game, and that's why she's still playing. Some people thought maybe this was her end of her career, but she honestly just wants to play because she just has so much fun playing the game and just loves it so much. So I think the biggest thing for me is moving forward is just it's just curling, just go out and have fun. So just enjoy the game for me. Yeah.
Yeah, she has such a passion and a drive for the sport of curling. And I think if she had a choice, she would never retire. But honestly, she's brought so much to our team from different technical standpoints, like me and strategy. I was a skip for most of my career, and now getting to hold the broom for her has been an absolute privilege.
Well, let's pick up on that because she made the shot when you two were just basically being born. So tell me about what that is like for you two. Were you starry-eyed? Were you nervous? I mean, what were you going through to play with somebody like JJ when you would have watched her growing up and now you get to play with her?
Totally. Yeah. Growing up, Jennifer Jones was definitely my favorite curler. So
Karlee, you broke my heart. so sad. Fellow Nova Scotian.
Sorry.
Wrong Jones.
Me off right here.
Ron Jones.
Continue. She's an actor. No. So that part. Okay, keep going. Where were you? Right, Jennifer Jones. Keep going.
Yeah, and honestly, getting to play with her, like, she's one of the best. So she's just bringing so much to the table for us and helping us grow to be better in the future. So it's crazy to still think that we're growing with Jennifer Jones, like, but yeah, it's honestly been really smooth so far, and like we get along really well, and it's been pretty easy so far.
Yeah, and like for me, the first time we were on a call with her, I was like, Katie, like I can't screw up. Like I gotta get my words straight. And it was a little bit intimidating at first because it's Jennifer Jones. Like I'd only watched her on TV before, and coming from Manitoba, you always cheered for her. She was always Team Manitoba at every single Scotties. And you just like I wanted to be like her one day. So now to have the opportunity to play with her is like it's a dream come true, as cliche as that sounds, but it is, especially growing up in small town Manitoba, now getting the chance to play with her.
Well, Mackenzie, when was the first time you would have seen her play live? Like, was it at a Manitoba Provincial or a Bonspiel, and how old were you? Did you get her autograph? Tell me all that stuff.
I don't even know if I actually ever saw her play live. I grew up in a pretty small town, so like we didn't have a lot of big curling events, and there's not a lot of huge curling events that typically come to Manitoba besides just the provincials. So I actually don't remember, and I don't think I ever really saw her play live until we started playing in the same tournaments as her. Then that's when I would have like seen her for the first time.
What is that small town name, by the way? Where are you from?
I grew up in Altona, Manitoba.
Right.
Okay.
I remember when we were first starting to become a team, I remember Max saying that she's never played Jennifer Jones, and now Jennifer Jones is going to play with us. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah.
You know, one of the things I was really paying attention to was the way you guys communicated throughout the event, because I wondered in moments of decision how you would be vocal and how as a team you've worked through that. When you talk about some of those nerves and intimidation, it seems to me like you have all found your voice, that there's space for you all to say what you need to say to one of the best ever. So can you tell us a little bit about finding your voice and making sure you're all communicating in those big moments?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's something we talked about early on in the season. Like we've been playing since the end of August, so we've had a few tournaments now to kind of work out some kinks. But Jen was really open and honest with us, saying that she wanted our opinions, and she always showed us a lot of respect as well when we did raise some concerns about anything that was happening on the ice in terms of like strategy or like sweeping or anything like that. And she was always open to hearing us out and open to like making changes with us when it came to like strategy and sweeping as well. But she's honestly just been such a great mentor, and she's always listened to us.
Nice.
So, Karlee, the first time you had to throw at that broom in a spiel, not in a practice, but was there any nerves? I mean, I know for both of you, you've already won a lot through juniors, but what was it like that first spiel?
Yeah, it's definitely taken a couple shots to get used to knowing I'm like I don't want to screw up. I'm throwing out like the best skip ever. So yeah, I think early on I was trying a little bit too hard and playing with the best. Like I feel like that's easy to do. You want to be perfect for them. But once we started to find a groove and started to loosen up and have a couple of games, I felt like we all pretty much relaxed into it. And and Jen's just been so supportive, and
Yeah, we started having a lot of fun, and then that's when things like started to get on a roll for us.
Yeah.
Something to that. Something.
Yeah. Take notes, Devin.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm learning from the best every show. And you're in Toronto this weekend at the Stussels, and Jen and Brent are at the Super Slam. So tell me about that. Were you on the ice today?
Yeah, so Matt got in this morning, and the three of us came yesterday. So we get on the ice this afternoon, just a little practice. But Jen is focusing on mixed doubles this weekend with Brent. So it's just going to be the four of us again. So it'll be good for us to see how we're still sticking as a unit as well. the four of us. So looking forward to playing this weekend and everyone getting a chance to be on the ice.
Awesome.
Nice. That's so good. So when you saw that
impressive.
check for $50,000, what did you say? Like, that's like the lottery when you're.
I know. Yeah. It's
It was weird seeing that number on a check.
yeah.
It's crazy.
What was your biggest win money-wise prior to this?
Oh boy. What did we win?
Maybe hey Lauren, do you have an idea?
Won $9,000 at the slam on your car.
$9,000 one time at the slam. So
Okay.
That wasn't me. I maybe won 4 one time, but that's
Is
it.
that the one in Toronto?
it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, look, we can't wait to get the present, right, Devin? We don't know what you're going to get for us.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yes.
I think it's amazing the trajectory
Mm.
when you insert the Tom Brady of women's curling into your as the skip. It's just great to see this early success. So congrats and good luck for the season.
No
Thank you so
kidding.
much.
So impressive. And what a confidence boost for all of you going into the season. So keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. And thank you for making time for us.
Well,
Yeah.
no, thank you for having us. And
Yeah.
anytime you want us back, we'll be.
Go.
Yeah, sure.
We'll be calling.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Thanks, guys. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Nice to chat with you guys. Thanks.
Bye-bye. So impressive. Colleen, we're always talking about the future of this sport in this country. It's right there.
Well, you know what? I mean, both of their junior careers have been nothing but stellar. And then they got the Scotties experience
Right.
early. And so they've been building on that. And then you throw somebody like Jennifer Jones in the mix, who is, she has been talking about playing with joy and loving the sport and having fun. And it's so working for her and working for the whole team. So it'll be interesting to watch that team.
Public enemy number 1 in Canada, Bruce Mouat, has arrived. All he does is win on Canadian soil, it seems. And of course, what a season Bruce had last year. And he's back in Canada and he's on that curling show. And I think he's worked out technical issues.
Right.
Bruce,
And
are you here?
This time.
he is
Yes,
not
it seems to be working.
Yeah, you are not public enemy number 1. You are beloved.
Thank you, Colleen.
Did you
Thank
love
you.
that setup?
Yeah, it was like, okay, I'll take that. But
Right.
that's-
You love playing that role, Bruce. Great to see you. How are you? Welcome back to Canada for another curling season.
Thank you very much. Yeah, excited to be back. It's been, since May, but it feels like it's been a while since I was last here. So yeah, always excited to come over to Canada.
I don't know. You're half a Canadian citizen, the amount of time you spent here during COVID. Okay, tell me about the ice that you're facing there at the mix, since my son and I are coming to play, and I'm still here in Halifax. So how's the ice?
Oh, really?
Is there a nice swing?
Well, I mean, we were probably edge of 4 today, but the ice tech was telling us that he thinks he'll get a bit more swing. So probably about 3 feet, which is nice. We're probably going to have hopefully a wee bit more swing, but the speed was great. We were probably about 15 to tee with a light sweep, so very nice.
Oh, that's nice. Light sweep.
Yeah.
This is what this old gal likes to hear. What's the adjustment, Bruce, when you move from men's play and 4-person to thinking about mixed doubles strategy? What's that kind of change in your head that the light bulb's got to switch?
Well, it's quite nice for me because Jen's basically the skip in our mixed doubles team, so she has to do all the thinking. She calls the game a wee bit more than I do, but I kind of transition into the sweeping role, I suppose. So that's probably what I think about a wee bit more. Thank you, whoever called me adorable and my team. That's very kind. Just down at the bottom there. So yeah, that's really my kind of role in mixed doubles is a wee bit more of the sweeping rather than the tactical, but yeah, I enjoy it.
Okay, I take it back. Let's get it straight on the record. You're not public enemy number 1.
You were just joking.
I was joking, Bruce. People love you. Read the tweets. We get it. So much was made in this country, as you know, about mixed doubles and where Canada is in the world. I looked at the rankings before the show. Canada not in the top, right? and yet you're the defending world champion. You've had great success at this, Bruce. Where do you think we are in terms of how countries are imagining mixed doubles and building programs? You've got the great facility over there, but where are we at with mixed doubles and how this game evolves?
Well, I think the cycle is going to be quite interesting. We see teams kind of deciding to concentrate on mixed doubles as well. So like you just had Kirk and Laura win a competition last week, and both of them are now concentrating fully on mixed doubles. They're two great players in the men's and the women's game. So having them in the mixed doubles field, you guys are going to have really strong teams like them. You see like John and Lisa playing as well. So, you've got great curlers coming into the mixed doubles side. So Canada is going to be a real threat to all of us that play in the mixed doubles field.
How does your season look? Lay it out. Because are you going to play a lot of mixed doubles? Do you just juggle it with a demanding men's schedule too?
Yeah, we're trying to combine it for myself. So Jen, in the summer there, decided to concentrate just on the mixed doubles. So we're trying to get a good season for her as well as like for myself and my team. So combining the both is making quite a busy schedule for myself. But I love curling, so if I get to go and curl, it's great fun. Maybe my family and my partner aren't too excited for me to be away from the house all the time, but they understand that I love it. So
yeah, the public enemy number one, Devin, is also a super nice guy. Okay, also super nice. Like he's doing this for Jen and sacrificing.
Someone said you owe me a drink. Yeah, you owe me a drink, Devin.
How do you get better? I mean, every time everything, it seems so easy for your entire team. And even I was just watching some of your mixed doubles game last night to try to remember how to play mixed doubles. They didn't even miss. Like I'm going, oh, that's how you play. Just keep lobbing them in and never be heavy and make them perfect. But how do you what do you do to try to get that even a little bit better? You're just trying to maintain when you're as good as what you are up here.
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work, obviously, behind the scenes. We obviously come to Canada and we've had really good runs of success, but it's on the back of training really hard, and we all went full time over the last kind of 2 to 3 seasons in my men's team, and Jenna herself has been full time. So, we put in the hours and it's really paid off for us, and it's been great.
When were you on the ice, Bruce? Because like I said, you've got the facility there, and I would imagine ice is in year round?
It's not year round, no.
Okay.
Thankfully, I managed to get, I think it was 6 weeks to 7 weeks off. And then we were on ice probably mid-July.
Oh, wow.
And it was kind of like a tapered return. It wasn't like full time straight back. I probably did like two or 3 days for the first 2 weeks, and then come like August I was full time back, so 5 days a week, and then some conditioning stuff at the weekends, but I kind of avoided the conditioning stuff.
Don't tell everybody. Now people are going to love you more that you said that, because everybody wants to lay off those push-ups that Devin's always doing.
Right.
What was it like after the Olympics and you got back to, tell us about some of the hoopla that followed for you guys when you got back. How was that in a country where Winter Olympics isn't sort of the big thing, but suddenly curling is a big thing?
Well, and let me jump in just because I want you to talk about the BBC thing too, because Bruce, I think you're a celebrity over there. I mean, you're seemingly everywhere. I'm trying to make up for the comment, but go.
So yeah, it's been kind of a whirlwind. As you said, like Great Britain's not the best at the Winter Olympics. I think we got only 2 medals, and it came from both curling events. We had a lot of kind of close calls in like skeleton and the skiing and stuff, but to have only the 2 medals come from curling was pretty special. So then a lot of media attention came on to curling, which was great for all the stuff back home, and it was just a lot of fun. The BBC thing, I got to take part in a Pride special of a show called Question of Sport, which is like a huge huge show back home. It's on like BBC One, so it's like the biggest channel we have. It's like on its 52nd season. It's and they had like a Pride special for 50 years anniversary of like the first Pride marches in Britain, and London was the first one. So yeah, it was really special to be invited onto that, and a lot of fun. It tested my sporting knowledge outside of curling. It had a few curling questions. Which
How'd you do? How'd you do?
Well, does it air tomorrow?
It airs tomorrow.
Oh,
I
he
guess
can't
you can
say.
You can log in. Maybe, I don't know. I think you need to
Well,
get a BBC
we will.
iPlayer account. Yeah, try it. I'm sure someone will tweet it somewhere. Hopefully, so you can see how I get on. It's a lot of fun though. You'll have a good laugh if you watch it.
Oh, we're gonna have a good laugh. We can laugh at anything too. Did you ever get to meet the diver Tom? I forget. He's a knitter.
Tom Daly.
Tom Daly.
Yeah, weren't you?
No, I don't think I've met Tom.
I thought maybe he was on the show.
No, he wasn't. He was one of the questions though, so I did use my knowledge to my advantage, because I did know a wee bit about him.
Good question here, because we're going to have to keep moving. But Bruce, this is a good one for young junior teams. I remember when you and the boys were a young team back in Vegas, getting that first taste of international experience. 5 years later, you're kicking everybody's ass. But what do you say to a young junior team?
Well, if it's your passion, then strive for it. Like, don't hold back. Put everything you have into it. Myself, I kind of went to university, got like something to fall back on, but curling was always my priority. I put everything I had into it, and hard work really does pay off.
Love that.
Something to fall back on. You still might need that.
Just in case, yeah.
Okay, nicest guy in the world. I'm going to be behind your sheet whenever you're playing, taking notes. Okay.
Can we put up the schedule again, because you're going to be on CBC this weekend? There you are, right there. What a matchup that is! Saturday noon Eastern on CBCSports.ca and CBC Gem. The Super Series gets underway. Bruce and Jen against Brad and Carrie. What a matchup that's going to be!
It's a big game.
Yeah, it'll be good.
It's a big game.
Any predictions, Bruce?
Oh, I think I'll get in trouble if I give a prediction.
Well,
Obviously,
the thing about mixed doubles, I don't know that you can ever predict.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's swings in
tough.
that game. One little mistake can swing things. But anyhow, so nice to have you on. So awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you very much for having me again. I'm so glad that technical issues actually didn't happen this time. So yeah, we actually had a good conversation, which is good.
You were nervous. That was the hardest part of this entire thing. We do adore you, Bruce, and we appreciate all that you do in the sport. You're a leader and a role model. So thank you always. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Awesome.
Nice. I was having technical issues before we got on the show. There's gremlins out there.
You just never know when you do something live, right?
You don't.
Okay, where are we?
Reid
Wow. Reid Carruthers in the house.
There he is. Oh my God.
Here.
He made
Public
so
enemy
many
number
great
one.
shots.
Hey,
Awesome.
Note to you guys there: do not beat Brad Gushu in Atlantic, Canada. You become public enemy number one.
Oh, is that what will do it? Yeah.
Just putting that out there.
Right. Oh, I apologize. You are not public enemy number one.
No, total villain right now. That's why I'm wearing black.
Oh, you always wear black.
Yeah, good chunk of the time.
Listen, you wear so many hats. You know, how is this evolution back to skipping? You seem to have played many different positions. You were coaching Carrie, maybe you still are, I don't know. But how has that helped you evolve as a curler? All of the experiences you've had with so many different players and teams and positions.
Yeah, you bet. And I am still working with the girls team. That was one of the things like that I've found, like with the teacher background, is like if I don't get something in curling outside of, you know, my men's team game, so like whether it's playing mixed doubles or teaching junior camps, those are some of the things that really get me motivated and fired up. And you know, with the pandemic happening and now canceling my camp 3 years in a row, lo and behold, Carrie and the girls asked me to coach at the end of last season, and like I've just been reinvigorated and fired up. So it's really interesting, right? And being around those girls and those champions has made me a better person, and I'm learning and, teaching them all at the same time. So it's a really good fit. And I feel like I'm bringing a very good version of myself for my men's team.
Isn't that nice?
You can feel it. Good to see you, Reid. Congratulations. I said in our text correspondence that I thought you looked more comfortable out there than ever. And you sent me a photo, and I think we have the photo. And I want you to talk about this because it's a new perspective. So if we can bring that photo up, and then Reid will get you to talk about a new perspective because you just seem to be so at ease on the ice.
And how much, by the way, while we wait for the photo,
Yeah.
like when you're watching Carrie's team play, is that where you're learning? You're just soaking up so much more information as you sit behind the bench with a different eye.
Well, it's interesting, right? Because like when you're on the bench, you have a really good seat for what's going on, but it also, like, you're seeing things, but then you're talking about the things that you want to teach and coach and correct that you're seeing play before your eyes. And then I take that information and it's like, hey guys, like, we need to do this as well. It's some of those things, you're missing in your approach sometimes to your own game.
I think producer Soph is getting that photo ready. So when we bring it up, we're building drama and suspense here.
We like to
tell us about that final game and playing that kind of cash on that format.
Yeah, unbelievable to play in an event for $50,000 first prize against the best teams in Canada right at the start of the year. With the new team, I didn't really have super high expectations for our team. Like, I knew if we got on a roll, we could probably win the thing. But we were the 5th seed going into it, and we kind of took the underdog role to heart and just like enjoyed the experience. I got teammates that have or keep things light out there, and I just think we're all in a very good mental space. And then we're playing against our provincial rival in Matt Dunstone. What a fantastic team. I think we're going to have tons of battles. There was lots of chirps going on the night before the final, and there were some chirps the night of the final after we beat them. So I think we're going to push each other, and both our teams are going to be better for it.
Well,
outstanding.
That's nice. And what does it say about having no expectations when you say you went into the spiel without any expectations?
Well, and here we go.
Oh, there's the photo.
There we go.
Yeah, so we got baby Bo there. So he's now just over 4 months old, and he's our firstborn at home. So I'm, when I'm way on the road, it's a little bit different now. I obviously miss my wife, but now I have a little one at home that relies on me, and it's been an absolute blast, and I'm enjoying every moment of it.
In so many of my conversations with Colleen over the years, Reid, Colleen told me about what it was like to be a mom and be an elite curler, and the wins and the losses seemingly didn't seem so important as they were before having children. Maybe just different perspective. Maybe a word on that.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's I'm feeling fortunate every day that I wake up. It's a new adventure having Bo at home and new responsibility, obviously. But whether I win or lose, I got great teammates that can pick me up, and we can pick each other up and enjoy that experience. And then I'm coming home to a wonderful family. So, I couldn't be more fortunate.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
How did this team come together?
Oh, yeah, and honestly, it just kind of out of nowhere. With Jason, like, we had curled together before a long, long time ago. We were from the ages of 20 to 23. We're both born in 84. Same with Derek. So we had curled together before, but it had been a long time coming, and we'd been rivals in Manitoba for a while. And I guess both of our teams kind of were going our own direction. It looked like, it was a very amicable split with Mike. He's still one of my closest friends. I saw him today. We chat all the time, but it was just one of those things where, we put in a really solid effort together, but it just wasn't quite working. And it was time for both of us to try to find something new. And Jason has that, that charisma and energy, I think, that I was really looking for. And he's got me in a great place. And then, he's bringing Connor, who's one of the hardest working leads in the game, with him.
Momentum. Do you believe in it? And how important is it to start a season with a win like this, Reid?
Yeah, for sure. Momentum and confidence kind of, you can build those together. And I think beating Cooey was a big one for us because he had beaten us 2 times before in the previous Bonspiel we were in. So that's an excellent team. And then when you're playing against Brad, pretty much everyone in Canada is the underdog when you're in that game. And we played really well. And all of a sudden we beat 2 of the best teams in Canada and we're playing against our provincial rivals. So I think this win will instill some confidence in us moving forward and just further cement our work ethic that, we can keep pushing and push the envelope, not only for ourselves, but for the other teams. We got to hold all these teams accountable and make each other.
I love it.
Reid, just a note on no tick rule coming to World Curling Federation events. So I haven't heard yet what's happening in Canada. I haven't seen a bulletin on it, but what has to happen? Do we have to follow suit there?
Well, I think we're doing injustice if we're not actually, having the no tick rule implemented at the Brier and Scotties now. If we're doing this at a World Curling Federation event, like I think everything from the draw of the button for what we do in pregame preparation should be the same. Because if we want our teams to win, we should prepare them the way that, they're going to need to win at the world level. So I would expect it to be coming.
Also, besides your team, who's the scariest men's team out there in Canada? So many internationally.
There's some really good ones. And, I think just I'm going to give a blanket answer. Like Brad having EJ is going to be a good fit. They were a team that curled together for a long time. And I think, having EJ in that team is going to give them a different perspective because he's approached the game a lot different than what Gushu's team had, playing with Brad Jacobs. So I think that team will, in a weird way, be stronger. And then, you're looking at team Botcher, which is obviously on paper going to be really good. And there's lots of really smart curling minds on that team. I actually think they'll have a lot of fun too, which will be good for some of those old veterans. So yeah, there's lots of good ones. I could go on, Cooey and Ben Stone. There's numerous ones.
And Rita Rama.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think I don't mean this in any disrespect, and I know you won't take it as such, but I think there are a lot of curling fans who are coming off this first event who are going game on, quadrennial on with these new teams. It's going to be exciting because you saw, Reid, I thought the level of curling to begin the season was outstanding. That split you made for 2, I thought was the winning shot. And I think everybody's sort of going, okay, buckle up. Here we go. Because there's a lot of great talent yet again.
Yeah.
And if everybody's not saying that, Reid, Devin's definitely saying it.
All right. You keep saying it, Devin. Everyone listens to you, so that's good.
Thank you.
Well,
what's next, Reid?
New baby.
Yeah, what's next? Where are you guys next?
Well, aside from changing a few diapers for the next 4 days, I'm heading to the Grand Slam in North Bay. So yeah, we'll be leaving Monday for that. So that's our next Bonspiel. But aside from practice, just a little bit of time at home because this was our 3rd weekend in a row. So it's nice to actually have a week off for once.
Well, wait, Reid, how are you as a diaper changer?
Yeah, I'm a pro.
Have it down smooth, the legs.
Yeah, I know. I got a routine down.
Yeah.
I got a little music player that's by. I always ask Bo if he wants to hear his tunes. Of course, he nods and pretends like he, realizes what I'm saying. And yeah, we got a routine. I'm down to about 1:18 to change a diaper now.
Oh, that's pretty good. And can you tell the difference between a smile and gas yet?
No, sometimes they go together. So
right.
he's quite the character. He's half me. So yeah, anytime that he's giving me some attitude,
you get ready. You get ready. Okay.
This is the content I want on that curling show. Reid, you never disappoint.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you guys very much. Thanks for having me on the show. It's a pleasure getting to talk to you guys again.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Good luck with the diaper change, Reid.
All right, guys. All right, have a good evening.
Take care. Good to see you. What a guy.
In my head, I was trying to remember all the things he's won, from Briars to Worlds to he and Joanne Courtney were at the Canadian and World Mixed. doubles. Like,
that's
it's a
right.
long list. Like, he's just such, you kind of forget the excellence of some of the great players, because for the last little while it's been, sort of the domination of
Cooey and Gushue,
and Botcher, and we kind of think just those three. Because the curling world's ready for a lot of people will often tell you this, and I don't think this is a secret. They get bored seeing the same final over and over again. So, to get this injection right away, whether even with Jennifer's team, this feels like a fresh face.
Yes.
And Reid with that beard looks like a fresh grizzled face.
Well, and not only that, I think a little bit of trivia. I don't think I'm messing this up, but Reid is part of the last Manitoba team to win a Brier, and he was on Team Jeff Stoughton.
Right on.
That's and I believe that was 2011. So looking to rekindle.
Jesus, it's 2011.
Yeah.
Now what year are we in? Wow, 2022.
Goes like that. Okay, now a first ever.
I can't wait for this because I love musicals.
Let's see it.
You tell me which one you need, and I will do. Sound of Music, Jesus Christ Superstar, Mamma Mia. But no, let's move on.
Let's leave it to the pros. I'm so excited about this. I know you are. Well,
maybe they're going to ask me to audition. And you.
Take the show on the road. This is really exciting, and it's been a long time coming, and I know everyone who's taking part in it is excited. Second Shot, the curling musical on the Rock at the St. John's Arts and Culture Center, October 6th to the 8th. But right now, right here on that curling show, it's Tim and Kirsten and a lot more. So hello to you all. This is so thrilling. Tim, Kirsten, wonderful to see you. How exciting is it that this is finally here?
It's so thrilling. It's so thrilling. Thank you so much for having us on, Colleen. We'll take you up on that audition. I mean, it's just a little skip up to St. John's. We can make it happen.
It is.
We're really thrilled to be doing this. Obviously, like so many events, we've had a little bit of a stumble over the past 2 years, but we are 1 week away from opening night. So just about a week from now, we'll be on stage at the Arts and Culture Center. So very exciting.
And help me out with this. Where'd you come up with the idea for a curling show musical? Because, whoo!
Yeah.
Well, it was a long time in coming, sort of. I'm from the United States. I'm from North Carolina, and we didn't have a lot of curling there, though it's growing now, which is really, really cool to see. Kirsten is my writing partner and my wife, and she's from here in St. John's. And so she, did curling in high school gym, or was that right? Or
no, we went to the curling club here in St. John's when I was much younger, and I was dreadful, stumbling everywhere around the ice, but it was a lot of fun. It would be these little field trips that you go on once a week, and it was a lot of fun. We loved it.
Nice.
And we met. Sorry, go ahead, Colleen.
No, you go.
Oh, well, we met together in theater school in New York, where we were studying musical theater, and I think it was just it was 2006 actually when Gushue won the gold, and I didn't know who Brad Gushue was. I'm very embarrassed to say that now. But and we were in theater school, and I just was like, this could be a musical, right? Because in that point where we were in school for it, everything seemed like it could be a musical. Right. And so it took almost 2 decades to get there, but here we are.
I love it too, because guess what? I also think all of life is a musical. Like if we could just, even when traffic, if we could just sing about the traffic jam. Did you notice Devin's sweatshirt? That's an official.
Oh, we did.
We actually did when we were in the backstage. I was like, do you think he wore that because we're in Newfoundland? I really hope he did.
I really hope so.
Such a good sweatshirt.
No, he just loves it. I think he sleeps in it. I have no problem.
Well, I do, but there are no coincidences. I think this is fabulous. People can get tickets. How can people come and see it? Let us know.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's at the Arts and Culture Center here in St. John's, Newfoundland. You can purchase tickets through their online website, and they also have a box office number that you can call. And I don't know if there's anything else
that's it for St. John's, but we hope we have a future beyond St. John's in some way.
We're ready in Toronto, and just keep the show on the road.
But
we would love that.
Give me the plot.
Sure. Well, it's sort of so it follows a group of curlers and a group of curling fans, of course, over sort of a weekend bonspiel that's a mixed scramble. We took a little bit of inspiration from the it was a bonspiel. It was really early in the season several years ago. I think actually Brad Gajou won, but they had mixed up all the teams. He was playing with EJ and with Kathy O and with Lisa Weigel, and it just seemed like such fun to sort of mix teams around. And so the idea is that they mix the teams around. You're not playing with your normal teammates. And then the fans who never miss a rock and come to every game, and then a journalist character who's sort of the opposite of Devin, that they don't really know anything about curling, but are thrown into covering this tournament, and so we sort of learn about curling through that character's eyes.
Fun.
We should go, Colleen.
We should go. So did you write all of the music for it? I mean.
Yep.
We
wrote
together. Tim primarily writes most of the lyrics, and I write most of the music, and some of it we've collaborated on both together.
Let me be clear here. We can have
music blows my mind.
We can have tickets waiting for both of you. That's like just let us know. Not a problem.
Colleen, can we do it? We'll talk. We'll talk.
We'll talk. Okay, how are things in Newfoundland? At Port aux Basques, I know it's still such a disaster. Are things okay in St. John's?
Yeah, St. John's was.
It wasn't
good.
too bad. It's pretty windy here on the best of days, and we did get more wind than usual. We were very, very fortunate here, but we're definitely our hearts are out to those across the province for sure.
Okay, well, I think we're
song?
ready. I think maybe some magic is going to play out. A first on that curling show. Over to you guys.
Okay.
So we're going to bring in two of the actors on our show. Kirsten's going to sing with them tonight. Usually one of the actors who sings in this tune wasn't available to be here, but Kirsten's going to step in, and why don't you set up the song and I'm going to disappear.
Yeah. So this song is called One More End, and it's performed by, like Tim saying, two of the characters in the show. It's two children of one of the curlers. And in this moment, they're trying to explain to that sports reporter who's there to cover the curling tournament exactly what curling is, because this character has no clue. The complete opposite of Devin, as Tim said. So this is hopefully going to give you a little bit of taste of our show, and we hope you enjoy it. So this is Andrew Preston and Sarah Connors joining us. The first thing is the rock. You throw it down the ice towards the perfect spot. It's the weight, like the speed when you throw, that determines just how far the curling rock will go. Now a spot the ice you want to land, the rocks will stop. Depends on what you're trying and what you have planned. Each end is 8 rocks, 8 shots to end with a score. I know what you're thinking, Jack. This game seems kind of stupid and it sounds like a bore, but I used to think so, just like you. Mom used to go to practice and make us go too. But you watch another end and keep watching them play. You find that you just can't keep away. One more end, just a few more stones. Next thing you know, you want to be Jennifer Jones. And who is she? Is that someone I should know?
Now the broom.
Oh, your turn.
For the sheet.
That's the ice.
You use the broom to get the rock
where you need.
You can brush.
That means sweet.
To make it straight.
Self-explanatory.
Or brush to make it curl or get the perfect weight. Now it depends
on
what you try.
Strategy.
If you want to score or guard or sneak the rock
right by.
Each end is 8 rocks and points that you want to snag. I know what you're thinking, Jack. It makes you want to fall asleep. It sounds like a drag, but
I used to think so, just like you.
Mom used to go to practice and make us go too. But you watch another game, you start to want to play. And once you play, you find you just can't keep away. One more end because you're getting so keen. Next thing you know, you think you're Nicholas Edine.
Nicholas Edine, I know him. Really? No. So once you're sliding on ice and throwing the rocks, that's when the real fun begins.
And you are peeling the guards or throwing a takeout, drawing behind and biting the forefront, watching the weight of it, calling the line, hoping your rock can slide just one more foot.
So once you're sliding on ice and throwing the rocks,
watching the
that's
weight
when
of it,
the real
calling the
fun
line,
begins.
hoping your rock can slide just one more foot.
Before you know it,
you're dying to win. Each end is 8 yellows or blues. And I know what you're thinking, Jack. A bunch of weird Canadians, that sounds like a snooze. But I used to think so, just like you. Mom used to go to practice and make us go too. But you play enough games, you can't get away. And you'll be at the curling club every day. One more and you're getting good in a hurry. Next thing you know, you think you're Tracy Fleury. 2 more ends and your career is just starting. You see the record book and take your aim at Kevin Martin. 1 more end. 1 more end. And just 1 more.
Oh my, that was so good, so clever.
Thank you.
You guys, beautiful. And
Wow.
my kids who are now old would really relate to the part of the song where it's Mom used to go to practice and take us too.
Right.
Yeah, and they'd
Absolutely.
be, eating potato chips behind the
That was incredible.
Beautiful.
Who are the actors again? Let's give them proper kudos for that spectacular
sure.
performance.
For sure. Andrew Preston and Sarah Connors, and our music director here, Kyle McDavid, is on keys.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
I got goosebumps. You guys should be so
They described
proud.
it. Yeah, it captured it all. That should be our new theme song. We'd have to get copyrights. We'd have to get permission. We'd have to pay them royalties. Oh my God, no. Not on this show, but another show. It should be on another show. So good. So good.
Guys.
Okay, Devin and I are going to try to get over to Newfoundland. I don't know if it can happen.
It would be amazing if you did.
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
the tickets are there if you want them, for sure. For sure, we'll set it up.
I am speechless, and that doesn't happen often. And I know curling fans, you can see some of the comments, but you guys really nailed this. It's clever, it's smart, it captures curling.
I know.
It's got to go on the road. It's got
to go.
That's the hope. That's the hope. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I don't know what you two just did, like to think one, to write lyrics, to write notes, to find that and make it sound so magical. I mean, that's spectacular. Anyhow,
thank you so much.
So glad you could be with us.
Thank you so much for having us. Really, really thrilling. Thank you so much for having us.
Pleasure to meet you guys. I'll be in touch. Colleen and I are going to talk.
Fantastic.
Because it's always great to be out there, and this is spectacular. Anyone in Newfoundland and Labrador, hello to all the great curling fans out there. Get to the show. Congratulations, guys. You should be so proud.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
They're definitely in the right province for curling fans, as Reid Carruthers found out.
So I can't wait to see what Joanne and Mike are going to do.
They're probably dancing. Yeah.
What the what?
That
was amazing. That was amazing.
Do you love musicals as much as I do, Mike?
I love it. I love a good musical, I got to say.
I'm uplifted. The energy through the screen. Like, imagine going to that thing live.
I know. It'd be fun. Yeah.
They got to throw a little Gushu reference if they're going to play it in St. John. So
I'm sure there's going to be a. They probably just don't want to keep gratuitously throwing Gushu out there, right? No, they need.
Right.
They're going for a.
How much can we take? How about Mark Nichols? So you throw Mark Nichols in there. There we go.
Yeah.
I just love that curling transcends. That a guy from North Carolina who falls in love with somebody from Newfoundland and Labrador have come together, and through their love of arts and musical have created a curling musical. I mean, if that doesn't speak to the appeal of curling, I don't know what does.
Yeah.
Hi guys, we're all together again.
Hey.
Joe, how are you? What's on your mind?
She's doing nothing. I saw her. Was it a TikTok? She had no curling. She had no triathlon training, but she looked like she had a rosé.
Yes, very busy over here.
What do you think about your former teammate Reid Carruthers just looking so badass?
You know what? That's okay. So we win the mixed doubles national championships together way back in 2017. But the craziest part about that week was we went into it and I was like, okay, Reid, I don't throw last. It's just not what I do. So I'll throw the middle and we're just going to have a great week. And then we almost lost to the last seed in our pool in our first game, managed to squeak it out. And we got off the ice. He was like, Joe, I'm throwing the middle, you're throwing last, and we're just going to see how it goes. And for like 4 games, I never had to make a shot. I was either guarding points, lobbing it in for extra. It was like he decided he wanted to win.
Wow.
and he was outstanding. And just like there was this confidence, and he wanted it so badly that like I was essentially going for the ride with him.
Oh,
and I feel like watching him right now, like the hair on my arms is standing up because it's like you can see it. He just wants it so bad. He wants it to be fun. Like he mentioned, being reinvigorated by coaching Team Anderson. That was really fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Michael, we're taking that.
He's a great leader.
Like
that at the end, Reid's a great leader. Right? Reid's he's got that teacher gene. Really good at taking information in. He's really good at sharing what he wants to do with his teammates. You know, he's a very good skip, you know, and there's a lot to be said for that, especially, you know, trying to bring a new young team together. Not young in years maybe, but, you know, the first couple of events together. And we saw the same on the women's side. I mean, with Jennifer Jones, just she's a great leader. She understands how to get the best out of her teammates. And you know, I don't know if we should be surprised by either win, but you know, I would say I'm this much more surprised by Reid's win. I mean, just the quality of opponents that he had to knock off on the way through. And I think on the women's side, there was quite a few question marks still with who's going to do what with whom, and et cetera, et cetera. But you know, we've all learned over the years not to discount Jennifer Jones in any situation. So you know, Reid's win was significant, and as you said, why wouldn't you be confident going into any future events? You know, you know, it's one of those things like that nature of that Bonspiel format is you get hot for 4 games and you win a big prize. It's great.
Right.
So it's really fun. And most of the other events are a little bit longer in nature.
Well, cushy schedule, you know, just, you know, one game a day and then the next day a game. Yeah. Joe, what about what Reid said just at the end of our conversation about no tick at the Worlds and how Canada's got to follow suit? How important is that this season to be watching no tick spreading?
Yeah, we talked about Canada having to keep up. So I feel like as a country on the curling side, with the way the nationals, with everything, we're very slow to change. And that, like, we need to start being ready to pivot faster, to implement things, to be more flexible in how we're approaching things. So I would expect it to be in play for our national championship.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is they sent out a list of the rules for that, the PointsBet event, and they had mentioned that it was too late to change because no teams had practiced the no tick.
So what?
That was a spiel full of rule changes, you know, draw to the button to win. And
I thought that it was pretty clear that they were trying something new. So, I mean, just get some white out or like email the teams. New graphic. Go, right?
Just kidding. No ticks.
Well, we talked about this last year where I went to the Swiss Championships after it was right after the Olympics, I guess. And they because the world rule had changed for the Worlds, they just decided to do it. I mean, there was no need to red tape. There was no, and the players all went, yeah, this totally makes sense. So they played the no tick rule at the national championship. Totally makes sense. So, and to your point, Joe, like if you're Karlee, if you have like 6 other different rule changes, why not just add one more? I don't think. I am learning now that in my new role with the Northern Ontario Curling Association, there are steps that need to be taken in order to get some things done down the line. So I am learning about that side of the business. But when it comes to competition,
like let me hijack this thing. Sorry, Devin. Why can't the public know the hoops that there are to jump through?
Well, there shouldn't be hoops. I think that's the point, right? Let's just and my view on it, and I will keep this. I'll wear my Inoka hat here. Is that if the Worlds are doing it, we should be doing it at Canadian curling level, which we should be doing at provincial level. That's kind of how I see it when it comes to competition, right? I don't care about the other stuff, but as a curler, it totally makes sense to work down the line. You know, curling. I think Curling Canada has always had this perception they're the leaders in many ways, and they are in many ways. But when it comes to things like the rules of play, whatever the rules are at the very end, if that's the rule to win the world championship, you need to have the same rule at the national championship. You need to have the same rule at the provincial championship at your club level, getting to those events. So that's my little soapbox.
And did you call it the NOAC hat you wear? And do you wear that?
Noka.
Do you wear your hat backwards too, like Devin?
The rally cap. That's a rally cap. I had the rally cap on. I say Devin's been at those. We were at the Jays game on Monday night, not together, but at the same time. And I put my rally cap on when the Jays were tied, needing a run, and
Yeah.
not everyone does it.
Y'all were at the baseball game. My son Luke was there with Stu.
Yeah. Well,
Thank
listen,
you. So,
Toronto's a big
everybody
city. That's good. We got lots of people here, lots of seats at the game. Hey, Dev, it was good fun.
Can I say something?
Yes, go ahead, Dev.
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's your show.
Well, no, I'm excited about the Super Slam mixed doubles series. There's going to be 5 events. I love what's happening here. Call's going to be there. You've got to get going to Ottawa to play in it.
Well, I'm going to go practice first. And then...
Right, tonight. Mike, you're going to be calling it. Everybody can watch it on cbcsports.ca and CBC Gem.
I'm negotiating with Joanne right now to get her to Ottawa. We're in negotiations. So.
Super series right there. There's the lineup. We start streaming Saturday morning.
But how important is this?
Yeah.
This gets going, given what happened last year with the cancellation of the mixed championships and the Olympic mixed doubles trials.
Yeah, I think it's very important. This is basically the Grand Slams of mixed doubles.
Right.
So the idea best against the best, and I don't think anyone thinks this is. I think everyone in curling thinks this is a good idea. And Devin and I have been chatting over the last couple of weeks about. And Joanne too, not to exclude you, Colleen, but I've been involved a little bit in the sponsorship recruitment and how it's going to all look over the weekend, and it's been put together very quickly. And kudos to Wayne Tuck and Jay Allen, who are assembling the series and have basically committed a great deal of time to the event. So. We're starting with the weekend coming up for this first one, and then we've got 4 more events. I say the Royal CBC as we got 4 more events coming up, and with a culmination at the Tour Championship in December. So this should be. I think it's going to be great. I think we're kind of starting a little bit more slowly than everyone was kind of hoping to initially. We were looking initially like a 4-day coverage and multiple curling shows, that curling show being there to lead into all that's going to happen, but it's just not happening at this first one. So I'm pretty excited to get up there to Carleton Place, Colleen. So when you land,
I had to figure out where it was.
You got to get to Carleton Place, which is just about half an hour west of downtown Ottawa.
I wrote Lisa Wiggle because I was trying to book a hotel, but I was booking in Ottawa, which would have had me really.
That's a bit of a commute.
It was a bit of a commute, yeah. So anyway, I found out. I'm looking forward to it.
We'll be live.
Yeah, me too.
We'll be live post game after the championship on Sunday.
Yes,
so immediately following the game.
See, I got to put this in my calendar, Devin. I got a plane to catch to come home. But anyway,
you'll be just fine, and I know Joe will be fine. Right, Joe?
Colleen, you've already booked your flight home.
Say what?
You've already booked your flight home from this thing? And it conflicts with the final? Like, what is that?
That's how I roll. As soon as I saw the
you make the happy change. You make the happy change.
That's exactly it.
Right? You make the happy change.
You don't mind.
You need a coach.
You don't mind.
You should come and coach. There you go.
I like to have a bird in the hand with a ticket home. That's what I like to have. And then you do the happy change if you have to do a happy change. That's exactly.
Yeah, well, it's a great event. It's if you win, it's a lot big money, Colleen. Easy to change, no problem. It's like $10,000 to win or something. Only split 2 ways, which is very nice.
There you go.
Right, so that's really
change.
good.
Happy change.
Yeah. Make the happy
Devin
change.
Is muted. Stop. Devin is muted. We can't hear you.
We muted Devin.
We all muted him.
Oh, no.
He's gone.
I quite enjoy this.
This, guys. Buckle up.
This is great.
We've got a big event coming up Monday night. Here with all the drama.
That's good.
We've got new mixed doubles matchups out there.
And we'll be back on Sunday.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
There he is.
He's
back.
just wrapped up for you. So Devin, you can just zip it.
Well, that makes sense because there were about 20 chances of me trying to cut in, and I'm going, can you guys not hear me? And I'm asking Joe a serious question about what we should be watching for. You've won at the highest level. When we're watching, there's the best of the best. The best international teams are going to be here taking on top Canadian talent. What should we be watching for in this first mixed doubles event? And what would you like to see from the Canadian teams as this builds throughout the season into Italy?
I think what you can see with the teams that play together regularly that build towards the championships is there's no uncertainty about roles. So we often see that with, hold the broom for this one, or come sweep this one. And I think you can get a really good idea of the teams that are preparing based on how smooth and how fluid it looks out there. Sometimes when it looks chaotic, you know that people haven't been in the situation enough and they don't really know what they prefer or not. Like, it took a while for me to figure out, like, I don't want a broom holder for run backs because I need the sweeper or whatever it is, right? So watching kind of how that organizational standpoint thing goes, I think that that'll give us some good information about who's kind of been out there and who's been practicing. There's also some new matchups, right? So watching the chemistry out there, how people are fitting in together. Really excited to see Rachel and Tyler Tardy playing together. I think that's going to be a great matchup. And just, kind of taking this first event, like, you don't need to put a lot of expectations on your first event as a team, but in mixed doubles, like, that's a big confidence booster because there's nowhere to hide out there, right? So I think it's going to be some great TV.
Awesome.
Don't be heavy. Don't be heavy. Don't be heavy. That's what I'm saying to myself.
Colleen, we get to watch you. Mike, are you ready to call that one?
I am ready. I am ready. This is going to be good. But, and to Joanne's point, with Mouat and Dodds, we've got a great team there. They're world champions. So we got a great field. Anderson Jacobs, Brad Jacobs, who's basically taking a year off.
Right, but curling
is going to be playing mixed doubles with Carrie. So we got some great lineups on Saturday. If there's tiebreakers, there will be another game at 9 p.m. So I'm excited to do those three and maybe one more. And then we've got the playoffs on Sunday. So it's going to be great. We've got an excellent lineup, and I like Joanne says, you're excited to see the new teams. The European teams, Pere and Rios are there from Switzerland. Paul and Paulova from the Czech Republic, who were at the Olympics last year, are going to be there. So it's a very deep field. Lang and Jones are playing. Jen and Brent. So there's some teams coming in there with a few new teams, a few teams that have been together for quite a while, and it's a great kickoff to this Super Series.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
Anything
Get on that plane tomorrow.
Anything else on your mind, Joe? Last thought.
I'm good. I'm tired. That was a lot to take in. The points bet with all the sudden death and the for the button for the win. Like,
we like that event. I think people were watching curling because of the high stakes single knockout, maybe more than they normally would at this point of the season. That's just what I've been hearing.
I agree. And I liked putting the teams into the fire a bit early in the season instead of giving them time to warm up. I like that a lot.
Into the fire. Mike, anything? Any last thoughts?
No, not really. Said we'll see everyone on the air on Saturday. So I'm heading up there, and then directly to North Bay on Monday morning. The Slam starts up there on the air on Thursday with Sportsnet. So I've got a busy 10 days.
So many hats you wear. So many hats. You put it on backwards. Yeah.
It's like it's anxiety right now. Like, there is just so much happening.
Says
that's only the tip of the iceberg.
And we'll all be here next Thursday.
I will not. I'll be on the air with Sportsnet. So
I got time.
Unless we time it just right. We got to figure that out.
From the booth. I think we can figure that out.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, guys.
You can lead into our 8 p.m. draw.
Perfect.
Thanks, everyone.
If we keep the show to an hour. Good luck.
Let's sing this out like a musical.
Bye, guys.
Oh, my God. Those guys were so good. I think we need that curling show. This group needs to get to St. John's and watch that show.
We should.
That was fantastic.
That's next week. They're right.
October. We're not going to go to the opening night. Red carpet. Is it red carpet? We got to get the red carpet.
We want to be an opening night.
All right, I got to go curl. I got to throw a few rocks.
We'll see you tomorrow, Colleen.
Try to get my organizational skills going about when I.
Bye, Joe. Bye, Mike.
Yeah. See you guys. See you, Joanne.
Awesome to the fans. Thank you as always. Thank you to all the curlers as always.
Get the show to go to time? No. No, this is a long one.
You're going to the rink right now?
Yes, I am. I am.
You're unstoppable. I tweeted it out. I don't know if you saw it, but I tweeted out. You went. Let me brag about you and compliment you for a second as we close the show. You went from Fredericton. You played.
Yes, I drove down.
You drove down the next morning. You did how many consecutive days of hurricane coverage without power, without showers, without everything?
Right. Yeah. Still a little stinky.
On to this show tonight. On the practice tonight.
Yeah.
On the road to Ottawa tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Looking forward to it. And you know what? It was interesting because being without power for those 3 days and no food was open. And you packed your own peanut butter and crackers, of course, and granola bars. But the kindness of people, the woman who had her husband make me a cup of coffee, you know, my coffee, it's as bad as your addiction. And he made it on his wood stove and then put it in his French press. And I nearly cried tears of joy. So my little bit of stuff compared to the people who have lost homes and so much, it's tough. So here's hoping things get better for everybody. And it's crazy times right now, though, in the Maritimes for sure.
The simple things, and it certainly makes you reflect on all the blessings of life, no doubt. Great work out there, Karl.
Okay, we'll see you later.
I'll be watching. I'll be live tweeting your game Saturday night.
Yeah. Okay. Go. You go ahead. You go ahead. Saturday.
I'm gonna have a lot of fun.
I just want to sing now. All right. Thanks, producer Soph, and
thanks, Soph.
Curling Twitter fans and everybody watching. Appreciate ya.
We'll talk to you Sunday. A special show right after the Slam Series final, 7 p.m. Sunday night to end this week.
Okay. Ciao.
Ciao.